Hey there, motorcycle maniacs. Today I'm going to show you how to assemble the carburetor of the Yamaha DT125. We've got a 94 model year on the table here. It's called the 3.me Yamaha, that's the internal designation. Before we really get started, let me show you what tools we'll need. We'll need a 4mm flathead screwdriver. We'll also need a Phillips screwdriver, size PH2. We'll need a small needle nose pliers, a 6mm combination wrench, and a 14mm combination wrench. I've got a thin fuel hose here for testing. I'll show you how to use it in a moment. A silicone spray also comes in handy. And I also have a new float needle valve here. And here, in the float chamber, there's already a new gasket inside. I'll link the parts for you, including the silicone spray. Please make sure to check the video description, no matter when you're watching this video. If any new information about this carburetor comes up later, or if I forget to mention something, I can add it there. And you can. Read it there. Before we start assembling, we'll check the flow at a few spots. This little brass tube here directs the fuel for the choke toward the choke piston. So I just take the thin fuel hose I mentioned earlier, put it on here, and blow through it. And if you listen closely, you can hear the air coming through. Next, I check this little channel, which ends up here in this small hole. I'll explain to you in a moment what that's for. Yep, that works too. This hose on the outside is attached here to this little tube on the float chamber. Yeah, you can see it there. And this tube draws from right at the bottom of the float chamber. You can see a hole there. Can you see it? Could you please capture that? Can you see it down there? Yeah, fantastic. Thank you very much. It doesn't look very nice anymore. Someone already tried to clean it with chemicals here. That's what it looks like afterwards. This little tube draws fuel from this hole. And when the vacuum gets really strong, fuel is sucked in here to enrich the mixture. And then it basically comes out of this opening here. I've checked that as well. That spot down there is very prone to clogging, especially if the motorcycle has been sitting for a long time. And finally, there's another opening here. Please blow into it as well, and cover the mounting hole for the idle air screw on the side here. Also, please check the passage here. There's a small hole here. And this chamber is filled here. And that's where the choke gets its fuel from. So please check here as well. To make sure it's clear. That spot also tends to get clogged, especially if the motorcycle has been sitting for a long time. We'll start by installing the main jet and the idle jet. Before we get started, I spray a bit of silicone spray into all the assembly openings here, including right here where the float needle valve sits. That way, everything slides in smoothly. This is the idle jet. Please make sure to check that it's clear as well. Just look through it. Shine a light through it. It goes in here at the front. Now we need the 4mm flathead screwdriver. When tightening it, remember, please keep in mind that this is just a small thread and the material is quite soft. So please, don't overdo it. Next up is the main jet. There's also a small washer sitting under the main jet here. It's really important that the height is correct. So, the washer goes in this position, and now the main jet is screwed in here. To tighten it, we need the 6mm open-end ring spanner. Please do the same here as with the idle jet. Don't overdo it. Again, it's just soft material and a small thread. And then we can move on to the float needle valve itself. That's this one over here. This is what it looks like when it's new. The O-ring is new. That's very important. I'm going to spray it again now with a little silicone spray. And now this gets installed by placing it in and, with a little bit of movement, I'd say, kind of massaging it in. You saw it. That's how it sits properly. Now we have our retaining plate here. And the retaining plate is held in place by this small Phillips screw. Here. I'm going to screw it in now. And tighten it right away, and then we'll move on to the float. Now, the float is up next, but before that, of course, very important, don't forget. This plastic part still needs to go in here, it just snaps in, that's how it sits on top. There, with a little click, it locks into place. And now we have the float here and the new needle valve. This gets threaded onto this little metal tab. Like this. And then insert it here. Do it a bit carefully. And now the small pin goes through here, which holds the float in place. Everything should move smoothly. Like that. Don't push it in any further than necessary. This pin is held in place by this notch in the float chamber cover. That way, it can't slide out to the side. When you've installed the float, check here to make sure everything moves smoothly. If that's all good, you can put the cover on. You need to set it on straight here, and you also have to thread this little tube into the hose. Here too, I just sprayed a bit of silicone spray on it. That makes it easier and it slides in nicely. There you go. With that, the float chamber is done. Now, 1, 2, 3 Phillips screws get screwed in here. And then we'll move on to the choke. Let's continue with the choke. I've also sprayed it well with silicone spray here. It gets installed right here. Just push it in straight. And now you need the 14mm open-end ring spanner. Maybe you can start it by hand a little bit. And then you screw it all the way in and fasten it carefully. Next up is the idle mixture screw. This is what it looks like. I've laid it out here for you. This is the correct assembly order. There's a spring on the screw, a washer on the spring, and then an O-ring on top of that. Now we'll put it all together, and then we'll install it. The idle mixture screw is assembled just as I explained to you and then inserted here. Try to do this as horizontally as possible, so the O-ring and the small washer don't accidentally fall off. Now unscrewing it in all the way until it stops. Just do this carefully. And then there's a certain number of turns you unscrew it again for the basic setting. I'll also write that in the video description for you. Let's continue with the slide. I wanted to show you this little part as well. This is where the boating cable is hooked in. It's really important that you don't forget this little plastic piece when you put everything back together on the motorcycle. So, the nipple sits in here, and this plastic part prevents the boating cable from slipping out. So this is really important, especially later when assembling it on the motorcycle. Alright, the needle goes back into the slide. The clip is in the middle. We have a washer down here and on top, a plastic washer. That's the correct assembly order. And now, there are 3 holes in the slide, and the needle goes into the middle one. The other 2 holes are for the screws of this retaining element for the boating cable. Now we need the needle nose pliers. You can insert it well using needle nose pliers. And then you need to thread in and tighten the 2 Phillips screws. Finally, you still have this little screen lying on the table. This goes into the fitting where the fuel hose is attached, just like this. Alright, folks, that's it, we're done. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. I'd appreciate a like. And of course, I'd also appreciate a subscription to the channel. I wish you lots of fun with your project. See you in the next video. Bye bye.